Hello, I'm Ruchika Jha from Impact, and today we have with us Ms. Nisha Khatri, Head of Marketing at Libas. And throughout the conversation, we are going to talk about the brand journey and what all is in the pipeline for Libas and what is currently Libas working towards. Hi, Ms. Nisha, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good too. So, my first question is about with the establishing of Libas, what has been your biggest learning from scaling a millennial ethnic wear brand to now in an era of fast fashion?
Right. No, very interesting question. I think this is a question which keep us on our toes all the time. But like you said, right, from a millennial to also catering to the needs of a very strong audience base for us, which is a Gen Z, and even a newer audience after that, which is Gen Alpha audience, which is coming. I think the biggest learning is to just be at the receiving end of really relearning again and again in terms of what does our audience wants. I think because we are an ultra fast fashion brand, speed has come to become a very strong virtue for us. So we really move fast because our audience moves so fast, right? Like they consume content in so many different ways. They have opinions on so many different things. So our constant endeavor at Libas is to really know our audience really well and move fast with that.
Right. And if you could tell us about the upcoming festive season, we are getting started from next week onwards with Raksha Bandhan. So, what is the percentage of marketing and advertising spend that you're looking forward to the festive season and working on it?
Right. No, we are very excited for the festive season and we have already begun because we're an omni-channel brand, right? So like across all our LBO, MBO and LFS businesses, our EBOs, we are just gonna right after our flagship sale, Purple Sale, we are gonna get into it. So very, very excited about it. We have a lot of interesting styles, a lot of like in-trend styles which we have come up with. So something the audience really gonna love. In terms of how we're gonna position ourselves is something which is gonna be closer to the industry benchmark of spending 5% on branding exercises and more of that, 90% to 95% of that on performance and conversion-led campaigns. But having said that, we also keep innovating what's happening in the market. We also keep innovating with what is in trend, how do we, so we have so many IPs which we do. We have this IP called Saj Dhaj Ke, which is our very festive occasion wear IP, which we're going to activate right around Diwali. So looking forward to that.
Got it. And we have been seeing that the beginning of the year, Libas announced its partnership with Zepto.
Yeah.
And after that, it announced partnership with MNow.
Yeah.
So, what was the rationale behind it, and what is the tipping point for the speed margin?
Right. So the rationale is as simple as the brand wants to be where the customer is.
Yes.
And we want to be everywhere where our customers are shopping. And quick commerce has become such an integral part of how we consume everything, right? So, and I think it's just only there to increase every day. So yeah, we just wanted to be where our customers are shopping. And the tipping point was just to realize that, okay, like how can we also diversify our offerings? And if consumers want things fast, then we want to give it faster.
Right. And we've also been seeing that Libas has partnered with celebs like Kiara Advani and Sara Ali Khan initially, and it is also heavy with influencers partnering with them and creators. So, since working with a wide spectrum of creators from high-end influencers to regional ones as well, so what is your approach to influencer and celeb marketing for this year?
So in general, as a brand, what we believe it when it comes to influencer marketing is that while we of course understand the reach you get with bigger influencers, we work with influencers really as brand advocates. We work with creators where we feel that they're almost the consumers of the brands as well, because then the storytelling and the representation of the brand is much more authentic and relatable. So that's our overall approach. But having said that, somebody like a Kiara and a Sara, you do need for brand building. We also work with, some very nice mid-level creators as well. Like when Hira Mandi came, we worked with, say, Sanjeeda Sheikh. So topical content creation is also very big on how we create content and how we relate with our audience. And it's not only about only creators, it's also about, okay, what are the themes and what are the other topics our consumers are consuming. Like there's this show called White Lotus. It's a very popular
Yes,
show among
yes.
our generation. So like we created our beach wear with, you know, through a White Lotus based theme sort of a situation. So we keep creating content, we keep playing with content. Even when we launch our workwear, it's another IP we have, something called Women Who Build.
Yes.
So where the idea is to also interact with, you know, everyday women, and because we all wear our suits and kurtas to offices, so content and influencer is something which we work in a way where it just really becomes a very integral part of the brand and looks like an extension of the brand itself.
Right. And with also wedding season approaching, not too far from the festive season. So does the work for festive season and wedding season differ in any sense? If you can elaborate on that as well.
A little bit, right? Like for festive, people are still looking for like a heavier suit and like a heavier sari. But like when it comes to wedding season, especially with the flagship stores, that's where we go a little bit aggressive, because then you're looking not only just for yourself as a bride, but also for your mother, and your best friend is looking, your sister is looking,
Right.
and you're not only looking for your wedding, but you're also looking for haldi and mehendi. So as a brand, we offer it all, especially our flagship stores, you know, like our Karol Bagh store, our Lajpat Nagar store. We have really made Chandni Chowk stores. We have made really beautiful stores where the experience is also curated. So I think when it comes to the entire wedding part of it, I think the experience plays a very important part, right? You want to go to the store. That's where you really experience retail with the brand.
Right. And you mentioned about the stores, on how you are aggressive on them. So in an interview, you had mentioned that Libas is working on doubling down on its offline stores. So what is the reason behind the same? And like in a time where we are seeing majority of D2C brands are trying and being digital first.
So, well, that's not completely true, but because if you really see the new age D2C brand, they are really expanding their retail presence,
Yeah,
because
absolutely. Yeah,
what you really want to do is that you want to be present everywhere for your customer. Also, building a top of the mind awareness is very important with retail stores, right? It builds trust, it builds further, you know, authenticity with the consumer, that okay, they see a brand which they see on an Instagram, they see on our app, and they see on our website, but they also see it in the retail presence. And what a store does is something which, while you can shop online, you can shop on a quick commerce, but we still like to, you know, experience a heavier garment. If you are shopping for a wedding, you're going with your family, so that experience is something you cannot get online. So we think that retail will be that next level which will take the brand there, and we are anticipating in next couple of years to reach 500 CR itself from our retail expansion. And we are expanding across all, you know, all states in India, and I think we are also getting to experience the potential of tier 2, tier 3 cities, and the markets are hugely underrated, and we are very excited to also experience the culture within these cities. You know, we do our store launches, and during our store launches we get to interact with the consumers, and when we do, we get to see that okay, you know, the consumers are very modern, they are well read, they are well informed, even well traveled. So we want to be a brand which is available for their needs.
Right. And Libas, being an e-commerce first brand, so which cities have surprised you with their interest? Like, now you're mentioning that we are going to expand in more tier 2, tier 3 cities. So if you can tell us about that as well.
I think the tier 2 and tier 3 base completely has surprises. While I wouldn't want to use the word surprise, because of course the potential always has been untapped. So I think it's just like we metro people think that, you know, that's where lots of consumption happen, but the real India lies in tier 2, tier 3, and that's where we want to be. So if you ask me, I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but we are presently happy to see that okay, we are receiving that love from the tier 2, tier 3s of India.
Right. Okay. And also, are you seeing different kinds of consumers in store versus online? Like, is there any difference between the two? And if yes, then how are you tailoring to that experience?
Well, the difference is not very stark, but yes, the difference is stark enough for us to, make sure that the experience we provide at stores is really amazing.
Right.
So, of course, at store, it just all becomes about customer service, right? Because the consumer has taken out the time in their schedule to come to the store, to experience the store. And also, when they are in a hypermarket, they are in a marketplace, they're exploring other brands also. So, the look and feel of the store, how you communicate in the store should be so self-sufficient that while of course you have the staff there to support you and further guide your choice, like the consumer should be able to make a choice about what do they want by just the experience of the store. So that's what we focus on.
Agreed. Okay. And last couple of questions. You also stated in an interview that Libas is focusing on a 500 crore revenue by FY28, if I'm not
From
wrong.
retail.
Yes, from retail. Exclusive stores, yes. So what are the bets that you're taking for them?
We are building amazing merchandise. I think that remains at the core of where we want to position. We are also choosing markets and new stores strategically in markets we know perform well for us, because of course we have the online data with us. And also like the entire experience like we did, right? Like we are not a brand who do just a plain store launch. Like at a bigger stores, when we do our store launches, we make sure that we create an experience for somebody who's coming to experience the store launch, so they feel that their own brand has opened a store, right? So we interact with our consumers, we create experiences with them. We really believe in a very strong homegrown story. So even the brands which we collaborate are Indian D2C brands. So that, because we are all part of the bigger network, we all are trying to create that sentiment in India where, Indian brands should be enough. So when we do these experiences, you have, say, your Blue Tokai there, you have a Sugar there, you have your Kushals there, you have a Raw Pressry there. So, and it's all for the consumers. We do like a free nail session, we do like a free makeup session, we do a gajra making session, okay, we do a free bouquet making session where we are partnered with partners like Ferns and Petal. So we believe in the India story and we believe in like curating experiences with our partners. So that's one part of it. Other part of it is also, making sure that like when we are interacting with consumers, it's just not a one-off experience by just selling. So like I said, that because we curate all of these experiences with these partners, I think the consumers also see us as a brand, where they like really coming because they know that, okay, Libas always has fun with their stores. So I think that overall just like create like a very happy vibe at the stores. And, I believe we are one brand where both mother and daughter can come and shop together.
Absolutely.
Right. So yeah.
Right. So while curating such experience and partnering with several D2C brands, so is Libas has ever considered or is considering to come out with an accessory category of its own?
I mean, it is something which will go well with how the brand would like to expand in the future. Presently, there are no such plans, but of course, we would want to diversify into a bigger Indian fashion brand. Yes.
Right. And coming to our final question, what is next for Libas? What are the initiatives currently in pipeline for the company?
Good question. So I think like overall, we are really focused on expanding other categories in the Indian fashion space. So we are really building on a loungewear category. We are really building on a cords category. Cords coordinates is something which all of us just love wearing. It's such an easy thing to do and yet so stylish. We are also really modernizing how we wear suits and kurtas and build into travel wear category. We are also planning to launch our own perfume, which we should be out with in next couple of months, and it should be there in the market. So planning a lot, having a lot of fun also at the same time with what we are doing, trying to really understand what is our Gen Z, millennial and Gen Alpha want and try to cater to it with speed.
Got it. Thank you so much, Ms.
Thank you
Khatri,
so
for your
much.
time, and I'm sure the viewers will get a lot of insights from what Libas is doing and what they are planning to do ahead. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.